Welcome back, everybody. Episode 86 of the Big Easy Boys podcast.
Yep,
And as we said, we've been talking about, we got it. Mercado and the boys came through. Mr. Glad over there at Mercado. Like this video is always sponsored by.
3750 Williams Boulevard, 70065. Check them out.
Yep, I
Best
was
in the
over there earlier.
business.
Looks great. It smells fantastic in there. I wish y'all could, like I said last time we had this, I wish y'all could smell this.
Now Brock's car is going to smell
Oh my
delightful
God. For when I
the
drive
coming
back up,
weeks.
when I drive back up to LSU. Sorry, just somebody walked through our door. But today we're going to be recapping the Saints season. It's kind of fitting. We um, previewed the Saints season here with Mercado, and we're gonna
Oh, yeah, we
wrap
did. I
up
forgot
wrap
about
up the
that.
Saints season here
Yeah.
with Mercado. And then LSU transfer portal news. LSU has picked up a couple commitments, and they have lost a couple guys, and
Yep. Big
they
news with that.
they've lost guys that aren't on our team, and I'll get into that later too.
hmm
Connor's already digging in. Okay.
hmm
So we got he's trying the
Oh, yeah.
shrimp egg rolls, and then we have some crawfish pies over here. I'll go ahead and try the crawfish pie
Shrimp egg roll,
since you just tried the shrimp egg
crawfish
roll
pie. Oh,
and the
yeah.
sauce. I'm not sure what the sauce is, but it looks and smells good.
We just did our best and worst takes of 2025. And I remember we were talking about the Tyler Shuck, Spencer Rattler thing right here.
Yeah.
It was same thing with Mercado. Shout out. But Saints fell to the Atlanta Falcons, 1917.
hmm
Obviously, you never want to lose to your rival twice in a year. But as I said on the TikTok, it's exactly how you want to lose.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, you have an easier schedule next year. You keep a top 8 pick in the draft. I
Right.
mean, and you still are now further confident
hmm
in Tyler Shuck as your franchise quarterback. I mean, the dude threw a dime to Ronnie Bell in the
Yeah.
back of the end zone. I mean,
Shout out Ronnie Bell. Tyler Shook just got Ronnie Bell another year in the NFL.
yeah, you probably did.
So Ronnie Bell, you better at least give one of your paychecks to Tyler Shook. Sorry, I'm gonna turn that off because we're gonna get very distracted.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, the Saints recap season. I think it could the most optimist, as Ross Jackson of Locked On Saints put it, the most optimistic 7-11 season or 6-11 season,
hmm
maybe ever. While they did not look good at times, they absolutely turned it on at the right time at the end. And what really was good for me to see is after they were eliminated is when they went on that
Yeah,
4 game win
exactly.
streak. So it shows that the culture change.
Everything I've been seeing all the vets talking about in their interviews is how even though they started off the season so rough, the locker room was still like a vibe and
Yeah,
like they were still all rallying together.
absolutely.
And then when Tyler Shuck took over, I mean, it was just they really
It
did.
just furthered that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just took off from there. Um, but Brock and I are gonna get into the NFL draft later and what we want the Saints to do. But just early on in the process, I mean, it's literally falling. Jeremiah Love is falling into your lap, in my
Mhm.
opinion. And you get him, Alvin Kamara comes back. I mean, your offense is really starting to look lethal. So,
Now, me and you kind of talked about this yesterday, I think it was. It would be awesome to get a guy like Jeremiah Love, but I feel like the risk with drafting a running back in the top 10 is
no doubt.
very high.
hmm
Um, so like if they have a guy like a Jordan Tyson or Makai Lemon or like a Carnell Tate, I just see a mock draft of him dropping.
I think that was ESPN's mock
Yeah,
draft
if,
too.
if a guy like Carnell Tate's on the board, you have to go get him. That's a
100%.
surefire number one receiver in the league. Um, and him paired up with a Olave, with a Devon Vele, a big body, a guy who can a
hmm
possession receiver. I think you gotta go after that.
Juwan Johnson will still be there.
Yeah. Now, if all those guys are gone, then maybe you take a look at Jeremiah Love. But I do think we like the core running backs we have with Kamara and uh Kendra Miller. Sorry, his name just eluded me for a second. And then Devin Neal. Devin Neal
I
showed some
mean,
promise.
yeah, I mean, so did Kendra. They just cannot stay healthy for the life of them.
Yeah.
And
The Saints need to just get rid of or like go away from injury prone guys.
if you look at the recent running backs taken, super high. You have guys like Ashton Genty, Jameer Gibbs, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
I guess the jury's still out on Ashton Genty,
Yeah.
but Jameer and Bijan have looked. I mean, they're two of the best, objectively two of the best running backs in the league,
hmm
and Jeremiah Love is being, you know, thought of as one of those prospects.
Absolutely.
So I think if he's still there at 8, or like you said, if Carnell Tate is there at 8, you absolutely have to take one of those two,
I
in my
really,
opinion.
I don't think the only quarterback or the only position you don't need is quarterback at this point. So I really do
100%.
think um any position would be fine.
And O line.
well, I think they need to address the line in free agency.
Yeah.
And I've been saying that for a while now. Address the line in free agency or later rounds in the draft.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, we're gonna put out a Saints mock draft, and we might do like a top 15
Hmm.
mock draft of the NFL because it's pretty much impossible to do an entire 7 round mock draft. Because I don't know that many players. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know the diamond in the rough at San Diego State.
Yep.
Um, respectfully. But we'll see. We'll put it out. Anything else in the Saints before we jump into the transfer portal
Yeah, so
and
I got one more thing, and then I want to ask you a question.
go for it?
Um, so obviously with the Saints, losing to the Falcons, they got a significantly easier schedule last year,
Hmm.
or for next year, sorry. Um, Instead of playing the Chiefs, the Rams, and the Commanders. Okay, so look at that. So the Chiefs playoff team last year going to be,
I thought it was Cowboys.
it might be Cowboys, but I thought the Commanders were in there too.
No.
Regardless, it's either the Commanders or Cowboys or the Giants
Yeah.
in the NFC East. So the Chiefs going to be a playoff team, going to be right
Hmm.
back to contending when Patrick Mahomes gets healthy. Rams, I
Yeah.
mean, the Rams, as long as Matthew Stafford's still kicking it, the Rams are going to be solid. That defense is also really good. Um, and then the Commanders made it to the NFC South or NFC
Yeah.
Championship
That is true.
last year with a healthy team. And the Cowboys are just a solid team that could hang up 50 on you any
Yeah.
day. Instead of that, you play teams like the Giants, the Raiders, and the Cardinals.
Yeah. The one thing I'll
So,
say is all three of those teams are going to have new coaches.
mhm.
So maybe it gets turned around. The Raiders
You could look
obviously,
at it both ways,
yeah.
but
I think of those three, the Cardinals are probably in the worst spot. Just because, like,
Kyler Murray.
yeah, yeah. It's sad when your franchise quarterback, when he goes out, the team gets better.
Hmm.
Because they've just objectively played better with Jacoby Brissett. Now the wins weren't translating, but they were playing better.
Like guys like Kyler Murray and Tua, I wonder what happens to them.
Oh yeah, I think Tua said a change of scenery would be good for him.
Yeah, but
Um,
like for Kyler Murray, well, are they just gonna buy his contract out? I don't even know how that's gonna work. Because I think they're done. I think that ship has sailed with the Cardinals and
I,
Kyler Murray.
I guess we'll see in this year's draft
We'll see.
what they decide to do.
Yep.
Uh,
But the
and the
question, go ahead, go ahead.
well, last thing was the Giants. They do have a bright future. They had their friend what we think is their franchise guy. They have neighbors. They have just an animal at running back with Scatterboo. Um,
Literally. And
now
they have a top five pick too.
now the Saints did shut them down this year with a less talented roster,
Uh-huh.
and they had two of those three guys. So I do think the Giants have a good young core. They just need a quarterback or a head coach that can unlock all of them.
Hmm. And they also have some guys on defense too. Abdul Carter, Brian
Their
Burns.
defense is very good. They just
Hmm.
were poorly coached this year.
Hmm. Exactly. Um, literally, Jackson Dart's odds for rookie of the year shot up so much just because of internet propaganda. He's
Yeah,
he's above Tyler
I
Shuck
don't
now,
know how
which is
that. Yeah.
crazy. But I want to ask you this question, but I saw this mock draft and I was listening to Taron Armstead, shout out, Louisiana sports legend. Um, there was a question, would you trade next year's first round pick in 2 seconds
To
for
move
Max
up
Crosby?
next year's first. Okay, so I'm gonna answer this saying that the Saints are gonna be contending next year, not contending, but like in the playoffs next year. So yes, because they'd
Exactly.
have a later first
Exactly.
round pick. Absolutely. Do I think the Raiders would do that? Probably not. I think you'd have to throw in a player or two as well.
Hmm.
But I would 100% do something like that.
Imagine if the Saints got Max Crosby. I
Max
understand
Crosby
first
and
round
Chase Young.
picks, Carl Granderson. I mean,
Hey, it's one of the things. The Saints are going to be active in free agency this year. I have a feeling, like in the offseason. I think.
they're coming off the narrative around the Saints has always been the cap space is terrible,
Hmm.
all the things
Now,
like
like
that.
it's still not very it's still not where it wants to be, but they have money to spend now.
They have money to spend. And I mean, think about it. You're coming off the books on guys like DeMario, Taysom,
Hmm.
Cam Jordan, all three big contracts.
Yeah,
DeMario rightfully so, Cam Jordan rightfully so, Taysom, eh. Um, But you're coming off the books on those three contracts. You're going to have money to spend, and it's going to be interesting to see what the Saints do. Because you have to address, if you don't address running back in the draft, then you're probably going to go sign a running back, and then same thing could be said about offensive line, and then
hmm,
other spots on the field. Alontae Taylor is a free
yeah.
agent, so there's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of pieces moving for the Saints in the coming months. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm glad you just mentioned Alontae Taylor. I don't know if you saw his interview, I
I
think
did.
today.
Mm.
Did not sound like he's coming back. It sounds like he would want to come back, but it doesn't sound like it's being replicated with the Saints. But it's he wants to be here, but I don't know how that's gonna go. If you haven't seen that interview, go watch it. Just got posted like a couple hours ago, maybe.
They tried this offseason. They tried to get something done. They just couldn't.
Yeah.
So that's
But
never a good sign.
I think see the thing is, if I think if they sign him, then a guy like Caleb Downs is not like obviously he's not gonna, we're not gonna draft him. But if they let him go, then it looks like they're keening on Caleb Downs.
Hmm.
And could you see like a trade up to get him? Because I don't know if he's gonna fall to 8. Which
There's so many questions. This draft is not like set in stone. I feel like Mendoza's like the only one that's
yeah,
like,
but I feel like this draft is very deep,
mm,
like an extremely deep class. Um,
yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. I had one more thing on the Saints. I can't think of it. We'll come back to it if I think of it.
yeah.
Let's move on to the transfer portal. It has been insane. I think the first day, 4,000 players entered the transfer portal. Um,
4,000.
yeah, that. Well, I think that is also because there's only one transfer portal period now.
That's true.
There's not two, which I think they do need to go back to two. Because what happens if you got a guy like come in and then he gets beat out or something and then he wants to leave and he can't, he's stuck.
Mm.
That'll get resolved. But I have the LSU or LSU roster tracker. So we already know that all the guys that are coming back, some notable guys, Whit Weeks, obviously, Deshaun Spears, Jakeem Jackson, PJ Woodland, Pickett, Don McKinley, Trey'Dez Green was huge to get back. And Devon Keys and Tamarcus Cooley. We got all those guys. There's some other guys, some depth pieces that come back. But those are the main guys. Some portal entries. The LSU's losing a lot. I'm just gonna be honest, which we expected
I
that.
want to pause you real quick. Yesterday I saw an O-line. Weston Davis is
Yeah.
coming back.
hmm
I did see that.
He entered and then LSU got him back. They signed him to a new deal, which
Is that a big?
yes,
That's a big.
he's a very large human. So
Is he a good
it's
line?
big both physically and
Uh-huh.
for the team. But LSU is losing a lot of players in the portal. I don't have the exact number. I could count them, but that's going to take too long. Notably, our guy Zion Williams just entered the portal yesterday.
Rough.
Friend of the pod.
Hmm.
Look to we might look to interview him just to see like what this whole process is like.
Yeah.
But that's not set in stone at all.
Mm-mm.
LSU, I think, is down to maybe two scholarship receivers now. They need to remake the entire offense pretty much, like
Mm.
literally every position. They don't have as the time we're recording this, they don't have a quarterback. There's speculation that Sam Levitt's going to sign. Um,
He's our last option.
yeah, I mean, I was on board with taking Sorsby. Obviously, Sorsby picked Texas Tech because Levitt is hurt and he's going to miss all of spring. And the last LSU quarterback to miss all of spring was Joe Burrow. And this is not a comparison you think. Joe Burrow in 2018 got off to a very slow start. I didn't know this, but he did not throw a touchdown pass in the month of October
Joe Burrow.
in his first year at
Wow.
LSU. So that's a little, especially with a new system, a new coach, new everything, new teammates. Missing an entire spring is not ideal. But I mean, he's the best quarterback on the boards that's left.
If you,
So
I mean, if you don't get Sam Levitt, do you pivot to a guy like Deuce Knight, DJ Lagway? Like,
you might have,
really, that's a steep drop off.
yeah. Now there could be other guys that enter. We don't know yet.
But like who? Like who would even be?
I really don't know. They need to lock up Sam Levitt, which it sounds. I'm not hearing anything, but you can see like other places, like Kentucky just got their quarterback. That was where Kentucky was in on him. Texas Tech obviously has Sorsby, and then I think Oregon was the other one. And I haven't heard many buzz from Oregon. He didn't even taken a visit there yet. I don't think.
Levitt?
Yeah, and he's already on LSU. He's been on LSU's campus since yesterday, so it's looking pretty good. You'd think that he's coming here, but
Yeah.
it's never done until it's done. So yeah,
So weird. It's literally like college sports is turning into professional
it's
sports.
literally a 1 year free agency.
Uh-huh.
Like, but yeah, LSU they're losing. Like I said, a lot of guys. They're losing a lot of depth pieces. Especially on the O line, they've lost. I don't even know how many at this point.
Literally, it seems like every time I open, I see Boot Crew
Yeah,
media posts about O-lineman
yeah.
entering the
And
portal.
actually, there's been 4 LSU Tigers that have picked a new destination. Um, 3 out of the 4 in the SEC, and you're going to play 3 of them.
Carius Kern?
Yep, Carius Curran is going to Ole Miss.
Oh no, I saw that.
Yeah, believe it or not,
So my question to you,
that's
Brock,
just petty.
why are so many people leaving when you have Lane Kiffin, one of
It's
the renowned names in college football coming in,
yeah, it's just I mean that's just going to happen when you have a new coach. It's going to happen.
regardless of
Yeah,
who it
that's
is?
going to happen everywhere. And now, I mean, back in the day, yes, I think more people would stay because it is Lane Kiffin, but now it's literally just who's the
Money.
highest bidder. That's literally all it is in
Stupid
college.
question,
There's no
but
loyalty
honestly,
anymore.
like, yeah.
There's no loyalty with coaches or players, like at all. Nobody truly like is committed to a school, because like all these guys are committed out of high school and then they leave literally the next
Yeah.
time they can.
It holds no value anymore.
No, not at all. Jawan Johnson has went to Syracuse to play quarterback.
He is playing quarterback.
Yes,
Wow, shout out.
that's what he posted. Pretty much, he's going to play quarterback somewhere. Ahmad Bro is following Joe Sloan to Kentucky. Um, have fun. Uh, just my bro was very good for LSU when he played, but he just kind of got buried in the depth chart this year. So go do good things at Kentucky. And then finally, Cohen Eccles is going to A&M, which is where he was originally committed out of high school. So if that doesn't scream money, I don't know what does. But that's the only as of right now at 1:45 on January the 6th. That's the only guys that have committed from LSU.
A
Um,
lot more. They're coming,
Oh
but
yeah. So some portal additions, the guys we've added so far, or LSU's added so far. Uh, two receivers, Jackson Harris from Hawaii, who is, if you watch his highlights, he is just a stretch the field guy.
dude, he had I think he had 975 receiving
And
yards,
he missed a couple games too.
and he had 10 touchdowns. Yeah.
He's legit. He's going to be a toy with Lane Kiffin. He's gonna love that one. And
Mm,
then Trey Brown, the other receiver from Old Dominion, another
I
guy.
saw that.
I think he's 6'2" or something. Both these guys are bigger receivers, which is the exact opposite that OSU had this year. I feel like it's a bunch
Oh
of
my
little
God.
guys.
Yeah.
Trey Brown's from Old Dominion. He started in JUCO, and then he came to Old Dominion and went off this year. I don't have his stats in front of me, but he did do very good. That's a huge piece for them. And then there's other guys that Racine Guillory, that's a running back from Utah. That's just strictly a depth piece.
Hmm.
Apparently or Lane Kiffin and Kevin Smith were trying to get him out of high school,
Okay. That
and
makes sense.
then he picked
Utah.
Utah, but now he's coming back to Lane Kiffin just at LSU. Um, the two that they just got today were Ty Benefield. He's a safety from Boise State.
I did see
I
that.
really don't understand that one since they just brought back Deshaun Spears and Tamarcus Cooley. I don't know if that's a depth
I'm hyped
piece.
Cooley's back. I
Yeah. Oh,
like
that's
Cooley.
huge. I don't. Apparently, Ty Benefield was all Mountain West or something. Like he's a really, really good safety, and we just brought back our two starting safeties. So I'll be curious to see what that's going to look like. And then I'm gonna botch this dude's name, but D lineman from Clemson, Stefilin Green. Welcome to LSU. Coincidentally, he will play against Clemson in the game one. That's kind of crazy. Um, to transfer and then go play against your old team in the first game. I couldn't imagine that's gonna go very well for some of them. And then a lot of people were visiting
Well,
LSU.
didn't Halsey do that?
Yeah, but that was the last game of the season, and he didn't even play in it. That was a bowl game. I'm talking about like literally the first game is against your former boys over there.
Mhm.
Some notable guys that are visiting are obviously you've heard Chaz Coleman, the Penn State edge, that he visited LSU, then he went to Tennessee. Now he's visiting Ohio State. I would probably assume he's not going to be at LSU because apparently Ohio State's going to do whatever they can to get him.
He's the number one guy in the portal, right?
I think he's the number one edge. I don't
Either
know
him or
about.
Cam
I
Coleman.
think Levitt's the number one guy in the portal, actually.
Really?
I think, or he's the number one quarterback for sure. I don't know the exact rankings, but
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Cam Coleman is probably number one actually. Um, sorry.
Still blows my mind how he's not even considering going to LSU, but
I'm telling
what
you, it's money, dude. Like
I know. But you would
it's
think
all.
LSU would be up there,
Yeah.
but
Some other guys that are visiting. Carter Vargas, that's a UC Davis running back. He's just going to be a depth piece if we add him. Trey Brown obviously already committed. Kentucky running back Javante Barnes. Couldn't tell you. Sorry. UAB wide receiver Iverson Hooks. He's highly coveted in the portal. He's a smaller guy, a little speed guy. And LSU needs to rebuild their entire receiver room. So, I mean, any receiver they add is going to be a good one.
they need to rebuild like everything, it
Yeah.
seems like. It seems like they have 10 guys on the active roster right
Yeah.
now.
It's going to be a challenge. Now there are highly coveted high school guys. I mean, that's what Lane Kiffin does. He signs a bunch of high
Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson.
4-star and 3-star guys. He only signs maybe 15, 16. He signed 14 this year, and then he goes ham in the portal, which is what it's looking like right now. It has been a little slow so far, but I do still think that's because Ole Miss is still winning, and his plan was to really get a bunch of Ole Miss guys.
Hmm.
So I do think when Ole Miss season does come to an end, you're gonna see a bunch of Ole Miss guys come to LSU, and LSU guys go to Ole Miss. But if they keep winning, that's going to complicate things.
Harrius Kern pioneered that, spearheaded
Yeah,
that. I
I
mean,
still think Caden. Well, okay, if Kwan Lacey is going back to Ole Miss, what I don't know what that leaves Caden Durham.
he's in the portal, right?
Yeah, does he come back to LSU or does he go elsewhere and try and find a spot? Because I think anybody in the country would take him.
He's from OKC, right?
Texas,
Oh, he's from Oklahoma City. I don't know.
he might be. He went to Duncanville in
Yeah,
Texas. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he winds up at a Texas school.
we'll see.
Texas Tech will probably throw him a ton of money. I
Yeah,
mean,
at this point, Texas Tech. I don't know where. I mean, the oil money is real. Good
oil
Lord.
money, tech money.
Good
Like,
Lord.
God.
I mean, they're giving Brendan Sorsby $5.5 million to go play for 1 year. That's unbelievable.
Guys,
Um,
Zay Flowers' signing bonus was 7 million. And Zay Flowers was like a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. Like, that is unbelievable.
yeah, I think Zay Flowers in the 20s, but
Maybe first round pick, regardless.
yeah. Some other I'm gonna get the notable guys. Obviously Sam Levitt is on his still on his visit right now. Um, two Florida two Florida special teamers are actually on a visit. A punter and a long snapper. I don't even know how to say their names, so I'm not even gonna try. And then the
Thank you for
last,
coming.
yeah, we appreciate you. And then the last two are receivers, two of the biggest receivers, like the most coveted receivers. Eugene Wilson from Florida.
LSU's looking at him?
Yeah, he came on a visit, I think
Okay.
this weekend. I don't know if he's
Oh,
still here. And then Jace Brown from Kansas State, who coincidentally not rebuilt. I'm using LSU in the dynasty on NCAA, and Jace Brown transferred to LSU in the dynasty. So
foreshadowing?
is it foreshadowing? But I'm almost positive he was on the Kansas State team that killed LSU in that bowl game in Brian Kelly's opening press conference, whatever, coincidentally in the Texas Bowl. If it wasn't him, it was a different receiver, last name Brown, but I want to say he was on that team. But yeah, that's the guys that are visiting. I don't know when this was updated. Okay, this was updated January 2nd. Wait, no, that can't be right because they already have the two guys that just added.
Mhm.
But now I'm going to talk about
Eugene Wilson would be huge.
oh yeah, oh God, yes. Okay, so okay, I don't know what that is. So I want to talk about that's actually coincidental. A Kawan Lacey post just popped up. Um, People are talking about the Kawan Lacey and Trinidad Chandler situation. I think that I'm gonna say that right now. I genuinely believe that both of them were coming to LSU if Ole Miss would have lost to Georgia. But I think because they're keep winning, Ole Miss was able to keep them in the building longer and they were able to negotiate longer. And now you see, allegedly, both of them are coming back.
Trinidad still got to get his extra year, though.
Yes, but and it's weird because it sounds like he's not, but he said he's confident. So I don't know if he knows something that people don't know. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. Um, but and Kewan Lacey, I like I said, I do believe he was coming to LSU, but Ole
I
Miss,
thought he was a lock.
I like I said, I think he was locked. But then, like I said, Ole Miss kept winning, so it got a little complicated. And they were able to lock him up. Allegedly, at this point, both teams are being petty. Let's just be honest, call it
Yeah.
as it is. With the coaches going back and forth and the trolling and this, that, and the other.
It's so weird. It's such a weird
Yeah, Ole
concept.
Miss is doing little brother things. It's just it's getting out of hand. Um, and look, I'll say this. I was thinking about this last night. Ole Miss might be better next year, but I promise you, the long term, LSU is more set up than Ole Miss, and I will stand by that. Like they can get all these guys back next year and be good again. But once you lose these guys again, you don't have Lane Kiffin recruiting for you anymore. So who are you going to go get in the portal with offense? So we'll just see about that.
That is a valid point. That's a valid point. But
And sorry, one last thing. Austin Simmons just committed to Missouri. So
I didn't see that.
If they don't get Trinidad, they are screwed.
Yeah, because
They'd have to go get a portal guy.
could we look at DJ Lagway in an Ole Miss uniform
God,
next year?
please.
That would be very funny. But the thing is with LSU fans, and same could be said for other huge schools, Ohio State, Texas, just to name a few, the standard is so dang high.
Hmm.
I'm not saying Lane Kiffin is going to get run out of town if he goes 8-4 next year, but things like that just scare me. You know what I mean? Because the LSU schedule
It's
next
brutal.
year, it's pretty rough. And as a first year guy, maybe everything doesn't gel together. The chemistry's not fully there quite yet. You slip up, lose that first game to Clemson, then you lose a game to Texas. Next thing you know, people are talking about, oh, how Ole Miss is fleecing LSU in this whole situation. But to Brock's credit, I really do like how you put it. In the long run, I really do think this is going to benefit LSU. First season might maybe not just because you're going to have guys coming back like Keywan Lacey,
Hmm.
like Trinidad Chambliss, good for Ole Miss. They'll still be good next year if that happens. If I mean Trinidad still hasn't gotten his uh what is this, sixth year?
Hmm.
His
6 years.
sixth year of eligibility. And like you said, Lane Kiffin ain't gonna be recruiting anymore.
Yeah,
So hopefully for Ole Miss's sake, Pete Golding can, step that up, but the odds are stacked against him, to say the
absolutely.
least. And LSU having the brand that LSU is, plus who Lane Kiffin is as a person, recruiter, I think it's a match made in heaven,
Hmm.
regardless of what happens this first season.
Yeah,
So
I agree. Well said. And I just pulled up Ole Miss's schedule. It's tough, not like crazy, not nearly as tough as LSU's is going to be. But I will say the one advantage for LSU, specifically against Ole Miss, is that game. It's the third game of the season, and Ole Miss is going to be breaking in a new offense. Trinidad and all them are going to be learning a new offense and all that. Now, I mean, same can be said for LSU, but I do think that will benefit LSU that they get them early. Trinidad and Kewan Lacey specifically, if they do go back, they're gonna have to learn a whole new offense. It's not going to be nearly the same as Lane Kiffin's.
have they
Um,
hired an OC yet?
yes, I don't know his name, but they they do have an OC. Um, so yeah, Ole Miss schedule. I mean, they got Louisville, which Louisville just got their quarterback and their running back to come back.
Miller
They got
Moss?
no. I'm sorry. They got a quarterback in the portal, and then they got their running back to come out of the
Okay.
portal, Isaac Brown, who many were calling a Heisman favorite early in the season. That was like a
Whoa. Oh,
legitimate.
I think I kind of do remember
Yeah,
that hype.
that was like a
Hmm.
legitimate thing because they were talking about how every year that ends in five, there's a running back that wins the Heisman, and he was going crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's a neutral site game. That's gonna be a good game. Obviously, LSU, Florida. No telling what Florida's gonna look like. I really have
Coach
no idea.
Summerall.
With Coach Summerall, I think they'll be good. Just
I
because Florida's
hope
defense
they're
is gonna be
good.
very good.
Just for Coach Summerall's sake, I hope Florida is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Now I hope they're really good, except that's against LSU.
Yeah. Well
Um,
said. Well said.
but and then they got Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's gonna be a big curveball because I mean, does Pavia try and get another year? Um,
There you go. Back them up.
Mizzou, couldn't. I mean, Austin Simmons. Oh, Mizzou plays Austin. Oh, Mizzou and Ole Miss play, and Austin Simmons is gonna be facing Trinidad Chambliss,
I wonder how
the guy that beat him out.
that game's going to be very interesting to watch. I wonder how that relationship, like how everything went down with Austin Simmons and Trinidad.
From what I saw, it looked like they had a good relationship,
Okay.
but I
I
was
mean,
thinking.
Austin Simmons flat out got beat out. Like,
Well, he got in. It was kind of a Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe thing.
yeah.
Not near. Not. I'm not calling Trinidad Chandler's Tom Brady. Okay, let's. What was your
Don't
first?
pump the brakes there, guys. Don't flip this.
But he got hurt, and then Trinidad Chandler got the job and never looked back.
Rightfully so. I mean, dude was balling out.
Yeah, I
And
don't know what. Respectfully to Lane Kiffin, he is our new coach. I don't know what he was seeing in practice that Austin Simmons was better than Trinidad Chandler. Maybe he is, and he just got injured, and there's a sleeping giant at Missouri. But God, I can't.
Missouri might be a sneaky team, though. If that comes to fruition, I'm not saying it will, but there's a small chance. Missouri was pretty good last year. I mean, they got a good coach,
Is
so
Ahmad Hardy coming back? I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
I'll look that up after the pod. Yeah, and then they got Texas, Auburn, Georgia. Oh, God, the end of their schedule's rough. Texas, Auburn, who I think is gonna be improved. Georgia, Oklahoma, who's gonna have a new quarterback.
Wofford.
Shout out. And then end the season in the Egg Bowl. Mississippi State, who I think their quarterback is gonna be missing the entire 2026 season because he was playing him in the bowl game and he had a gruesome leg injury. So that was just not smart.
That's unfortunate.
In a bowl game that they weren't even supposed to be in.
Yeah, they were 5 and
Yeah,
7.
about 5 and 7 got put in because of all the opt-outs. But yeah, we'll continue to monitor this, and we'll give a full deep dive on college football later. We're still at the end of this season. I'm gonna put out my semifinal predictions today, on TikTok, so be on the lookout for
I'll put
that.
mine out tomorrow.
And then yes, and then I want to do like a Saints mock draft coming up soon. Like I think.
100%. 100%.
And maybe a reaction to the like whenever LSU gets some more guys in the portal, I'll do a TikTok on that. So.
Definitely.
We will have content coming out every single day.
100%.
So thank you for watching episode 86. Shout out
Happy
Mercado.
basketball plays tonight. Shout out
Yeah.
Mercado.
Wasn't able to eat much because I was talking a lot. I just didn't get time to eat it. But I'm going to eat. Connor almost, I mean, finished the whole
Almost.
thing.
Almost finished. But look,
Now,
shrimp egg roll.
Connor kind of loaded me up here. Give me a lot of food.
That's
I'm not complaining because it's really good.
Hmm.
But yeah, shout out Mercado. Thank you, Mr. Vlad over
I
there.
gotta ask Mr. Flad what kind of sauce this
Yeah,
is
it's like
because
a
it's really good.
I can't. It's not like cheese. It's like a honey mustard. I think it's not like
Yeah,
that.
like a spicy honey
Yeah,
mustard or
it's
something like
good.
that.
It's real good.
Yep. Hmm.
But
Thank
yeah,
you, Mercado. We love you guys. Thank you for watching too. If you made it this long,
absolutely.
we know a few of you. Shout out Rue. But yeah, no. Hopefully LSU pulls it together in the portal. Keeps Ole Miss as little bro. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Peace.
Peace.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers, baby.